Hello, hello. Is this thing on? Is anyone there? Anyway, it's Ochando Network. As you know, I'm always researching and looking into stuff, and today's research has led me down the psychological black hole of dating. Why is dating so difficult in this day and age? And for the longest of times, I thought, oh no, maybe because I got 3 kids, maybe because I'm a black woman in this place, in this space where, black women are not celebrated, whatever. But I came across a very interesting perspective and I'd like to share it with you. Now, what this dude said was profound. It blew my mind. All my hair follicles were blown out of space, out of proportion. Anyway, focus. So what this dude proposed, he says, okay, look, actually several different dudes said it. And this is not even a woman saying it. This is coming from men. For those guys watching thinking, here we go again, the women lying to each other. Listen. And what they said was interesting. They said that most men in this day and age are dating from a place of lust. Now, it could be lust for the body. It could be lust for the money. It could be lust for the comfort. It could be lust for the masculinity that he don't have, that you happen to have, that my man has to take advantage of. But the point is, that a lot of guys are dating from a place of lust, especially guys that, approach you on social media, especially guys that come through on these dating sites. And it's true. And when I think back to my dating experiences over the last 5 years, it's absolutely true. If my man wasn't coming through for some nyash, my man was coming through for some dollar. He wasn't coming through for some dollar. He's trying to come through because you look good and you look good in the pictures together and that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's true. And then we have a whole host of women who are tainted by these guys because as far as the population numbers are concerned, there's a higher concentration with people with low self-esteem out there looking. Then to make it worse, we out here, myself included, talking about how, how difficult it is, how these guys, these narcissists, how this, perpetuating the cycle of it's okay. You know what I mean? And then what you find in these instances is these guys either have ridiculously huge egos, because look, I can bang any chick I want. Like, if I wanted to have bang like 5 chicks in a week, that's what I'm going to do, blood, because that's who I am, G. It's interesting looking at the collective consciousness of the people, because the collective consciousness, whether we like it or not, hey, ain't nobody trying to have your farting in the kitchen? Go away. Before we were rudely interfarted. Listen, back to the point. So the point I'm trying to make is the collective consciousness has a massive impact on how we move as a mob, how we move as a collective conscious. Yeah. So if the collective conscious is one of lust, it's one of, which it is now, and we can see it. We can see it in so many different ways. One of lust, one of, worship me, all these other things. We're doomed to struggle. It's extremely difficult to connect with somebody on a soul level. You know what I mean? It makes it extremely difficult to have that connection, to have that deep connection that goes past what you see here. Because we're not being truthful with ourselves, first of all. What did Lauryn Hill say? Every day people lie to God, so how do you expect them not to lie to you? Do you know what I mean? Like, come on now. Come on. And while we're at it, there's a very interesting statistic, man. Hey, focus, man, focus. Anyway, back to the point. A very interesting S word is that 50 to 60 of the population have anxious avoidant attachment style. So if it's 50 to 60% of the population that are anxious avoidant, and then if we're going by those same statistics, that means that between 40 and 50% of the population fall into the other category. So that would be secure attachment style. That would be the other avoidant attachment styles as well. So the amount of people who are securely attached in relationships, it's a much smaller pool to pick from. And those people often are in stable relationships. So it stands to reason that it will be harder to find a match. It will be harder to find somebody who is compatible with you And not just compatible in the sense of, oh, this person looks good, but on a soul level. Remember, we're going back to soul connections. On a soul level, it's rare, you know what I mean, to make that soul connection with somebody. And it's beautiful to experience. It really is. So do not despair. The statistics are out there. One more fun fact before I overload you with too much information. I was reading Mother Hunger. Now, I've heard this before. Oh, you didn't grow up with your dad. You got daddy issues, blah, blah, blah. That makes you unlovable, blah, 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 blah. Listen, this blew my mind. Men and women learn to love from their mothers. In vitro, and the first 3 months. That's what determines your success in relationships. It ain't daddy. Listen, man. It's not to say that fathers, don't have a role. Of course you do. Fathers are very important. However, attachment style, the way we show up in relationships, has got everything to do with the way that you were nurtured by your mother while she was pregnant, and for 3 months. Those are the most crucial parts. Up to a year, because the baby's still growing up, you know what I mean? Up to a year. But the first 3 months, most crucial. Imagine! Hey! I was thinking the first 3 months, what do you mean? It's in this developmental stage that the baby learns. If I cry, mommy will pick me up. If mommy's stressed, I can see on her face that she's stressed. Therefore, I'm going to cry because it doesn't feel safe. You know what I mean? Leave her to cry it out is actually more detrimental than anything else, because babies don't cry for nothing. Listen. Where's my pulpit? We have to go back to culture. It always intrigued me in Zimbabwean culture that there's this thing where after you've given birth, you must stay at home for 3 months. Don't go anywhere. Don't have people coming, whatever. And I always thought it's really superstitious. You know what I mean? But now it's that aha moment. Not only are you protecting the child from bacteria and whatever, because this is what is explained to me, we're protecting the child from illness. But you're also making sure that whilst you recuperate as the mother, you are building up that nurturing.